The fortune-telling sniffer. He who acts must bear the cost. Once upon a time, there was a lazy man who did nothing but live off his wife and brag. His wife was exhausted from working hard to support him and their 3 children. One day, she forced him to go out and learn a trade. The man wandered around all morning, loitering behind bushes, and learned nothing at all. Before entering the house, he hid behind a wall to eavesdrop on his wife. He heard her return from the market with 5 cakes. She gave 1 to each of the 3 children and told the eldest, "Take the remaining 2 and hide them in the rice jar for your father." The man was delighted. He waited a while, then pretended to walk in from the gate. When his wife asked if he had found a trade, he replied, "I met a master sniffer. He taught me the art of sniffing divination. Now, no matter where something is hidden, I only need to sniff a few times to find it." His wife challenged him. "I bought 2 cakes and hid them. Sniff them out if you want to eat. Otherwise, you go hungry." The man tilted his nose, sniffed the air loudly, and declared, "Aha! They are in the rice jar." He retrieved the cakes and ate them under the admiring eyes of his family. Believing him, the wife bragged to the neighbors. Soon, everyone thought he was a divine seer. When an old lady lost her litter of piglets, she came to him for help. Luckily, the man had seen the piglets wandering into a bamboo grove earlier that day. He sniffed around, led her straight to the grove, and was rewarded with 2 piglets. Later, he even sniffed out a pot of gold buried by his father-in-law, after eavesdropping on a private conversation. His fame reached the royal palace. At that time, the king had lost 2 precious treasures, a golden turtle and a silver turtle. The king summoned the great sniffer to court. Terrified that his fraud would be exposed, the man was carried toward the capital in a litter, thinking, "This is the end of me." As they crossed a river, he jumped into the water to commit suicide, preferring a quick death to royal torture. However, the 2 guards carrying the litter dived in and saved him. To cover his tracks, he scolded them. "I only dived down to ask the god of waters who the thief was. Why are you so panicked?" But inside, he was trembling. As the guards picked up the litter again, he sighed to himself. "Bụng and Dạ cho khatan van," meaning, "The stomach acts, the gut bears the cost," a proverb meaning one must take responsibility for their actions. Unbeknownst to him, the 2 guards were named Bụng and Dạ. They were the very thieves who had stolen the turtles. Hearing the master mutter their names, they thought he had truly spoken to the water god. They dropped the litter, knelt, and confessed everything, begging him for mercy. The man was overjoyed. He promised to keep their secret, sniffed out the turtles hidden in the palace gutters, and was rewarded with a high title and riches by the king. Later, an envoy from China arrived, inviting him to find treasures stolen from the Chinese emperor's palace. This time, the man was more terrified than ever. While crossing a river, he jumped in again to end his life. He was rescued, but his nose was accidentally cut by a sharp rock. Waking up, he pointed to his scarred nose and told the Chinese envoy, "My magical power was in this nose. Now that it is broken, the magic is gone. I can no longer help you." The envoy had no choice but to let him return home, where he lived the rest of his life in peace and wealth.